Any number that tries to describe whereabouts your data is called a measure of location, and specifically the averages, the three ones you're familiar with, which is the median, mean and mode, are a measure of central tendency because they try and represent where the middle of the data is. The mean average is found by adding up all the numbers, then dividing by the amount of numbers. We can write the mean as x bar. We can write the sum of using sigma. The benefit of the mean is that it uses all the numbers, so makes a good representation of the data. The downside is that it can be influenced by extreme values. Imagine we had 1,000,000 in this list. The median is the middle number. Make sure that you've put the data from smallest to biggest and then find the middle of the numbers. Here we have 2, so add them together and halve it. 6 plus 8 is 14, and half of 14 is 7. The median is great at ignoring extreme values, but it can be slow to calculate. The mode is the most frequent. You can have more than one mode. 2 modes is called bimodal. There are 3 9s in our list, so the mode or most will be 9. The mode average is great at finding the average of non-numerical data. The weakness of the mode is that it ignores most of the data. Let's go through these questions. In this question we can find the mean by finding the sum of the numbers and then dividing by the amount. So we're going to add all the numbers together and divide by the amount of numbers, which there are 10 numbers, so it would be 1,330 divided by 10, which will be 133 minutes. To find the median, we're going to put the numbers in order of size and then cross off numbers from left to right until you're left with 2 or 1 number in the middle. Here we're left with 2, so we're going to add them together and divide by 2. So our median will be 135 minutes. And finally, to find the mode, we look at the most frequent. So the most frequent was 150 minutes. To find the combined mean, we add the sums of the marks in X to the sums of the marks in Y, then divide it by the n in X and the n in Y. This will give us the total number of marks gained in both tests, divided by the total number of tests done. To find the mean, we need to add up the amount of goals scored and divide by the number of matches. We can add an FG column onto our table to find the total number of goals scored for each row. We add these and divide them by the number of matches, which we can find by adding the frequency column up. The mode is the most common number. Our highest frequency is 5. This tells us that there were 5 matches with no goals scored, so our mode will be 0. To find the median, we can list out our data and find the middle value. There is a 0 and a 1 in the middle, so the median will be 0 plus 1 divided by 2, which will be 0.5. Let's finish with this. A business has a mean salary of £50,000, and the UK average is roughly £35,000. That's a good salary. But explain why this may not benefit a new employee. If you know, write it in the comments below. And you can come to onmaths.com or click the link in the description where you can access all of our free A-level papers and predictions, and you can even save your scores with a free account. This video is part of a larger A-level course that you can follow along with at onmaths.com.